Hey, in this video we're going to be doing the second part of the timing as far as it concerns the book of Revelation, and we're going to be in the book of Daniel. We're going to do an overview of the book of Daniel and look at exactly what it says and how it fits into the timeline of the Bible and specifically the book of Revelation. Daniel has 12 chapters. The first 6 chapters are historical narrative, things that happen in history, and chapters 7 through 12 are the revelatory material, revelatory material where it talks about the prophecies concerning things to come. And I'm going to show that Daniel points to the time of Christ as the fulfillment of all the Old Testament prophecies and everything in the Old Testament. So we're going to look at this thing. Daniel lived in a time of the first time when the Israelites were taken into captivity from the Babylonians and it started in 605 BC. And the Babylonians came, and there were 3 different deportations of Jews from Jerusalem. And the first one was in 605 BC, the second one was in 597 BC, and the third one was in 587 BC, where the city and the temple were destroyed by the Babylonians. And God said that the Jews would remain in captivity for 70 years. So Daniel is writing this and getting these revelations from God while he's in captivity. And Daniel has been given favor, so he's in the king's service there. And the first king that we're going to look at is Nebuchadnezzar. He was the king of the Babylonians. And the king had this dream that's recorded in Daniel chapter 2, 31 through 45. And Daniel interprets the dream for the king and tells him what these things are all about. And in this dream, the king has this vision of a statue that has all these different parts: gold, silver, bronze, iron, clay, and then the stone comes and smashes them. And it talks about there are 5 different kingdoms. The first kingdom is Nebuchadnezzar's, which is Babylon. The second one is Media Persia. The third is Greece. The fourth is Rome. And the fifth is the kingdom of God, which is when Christ came. And this dream is pointing towards the time of Christ. Okay, in the second part of the second dream in Daniel is a dream that Daniel had. And it's in Daniel chapter 7. And it has 4 beasts and the divine kingdom. So it's another dream that is saying the same thing that the first dream said. And the third dream is by Daniel, and it's in chapter 8, 1 through 27. 1 through 14 is the dream, and 15 through 27 is the interpretation. And he talks about a ram and a goat, and the ram is Media Persia, and the goat is Greece. And we know the timing on the Greek Empire under Alexander, and it fits right into the next part of the story that where Daniel's going to get the idea from God in this revelation of 70 weeks. And if you've been watching anything about prophecy in the Bible, there's a whole lot of stuff about the 70 weeks. And everybody's got these different ideas. And a lot of folks say the 70 weeks are split up and there's an interim like a pause in the middle. And so they can take the 70 weeks and make them end anywhere they want to. But if you look at what is really going on here, the 70 weeks are supposed to be all together. And when you do this, when you look at the 70 weeks, which is 490 years, when you look at it from when they start in the 7th year of Artaxerxes I. And that begins in 458 BC. And if you look at the 490 years from there, it comes all the way down to AD 32. And you know, AD 32 is the time of Jesus and the cross, right around 32, 33 in there. So it's pretty telling. When you look at the 70 weeks of Daniel, when they start, it goes right up to the cross. That's it. That's all I want to talk about in Daniel. Let's look at the physical side of this thing, where it's not hard to figure out. All you have to do is take a history book and look at this stuff that is in the Bible, and it'll tell you all this stuff. It's amazing to me how people ignore world history and the Bible, how they all fit together just like this. So if we let the book interpret itself and listen to the Spirit of God, we'll come out with something pretty simple. But this video shows how the timing of Revelation, when it talks about the time is near, it's talking about the end of, and we're going to show this in future videos because it's pretty plain to us. When this revelation comes to John, and it says over and over and over and over again in the book, this is soon to take place. And so we believe one of the major things that Revelation is talking about is the end of Old Testament Judaism that ends in AD 70 when Jesus brings destruction through the Roman Empire to Jerusalem. So in the rest of the videos forward, we'll get into more of the details, but here's another video on timing from Daniel. Thank you.